1, 2, 1, 2. Ah. Ha ha. Ah ha 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 ha. Oh boy! Chat! What's up? Oh la 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 la. Guys. How are you doing?
La crème de la crème club.
Initux!
The best club on internet.
Gifted a membership!
Ouh là là, la crème de la crème club.
Oh la la, to la crème de la crème club. Thank you very much, Initux. Guys, if you got a membership from Initux, please thank him.
A new croissant, the best club on internet.
Let's go! Oh my gosh, thank you very much, dude. Happy Wednesday. Thank you very much for the love. I need to figure it out, this command, chat. I have this command where I can set up the goal, but somehow I think I'm making something wrong here. So YouTube goals, maybe? And we said we want 115 now. Normally Xero does it. I don't know where he is. Okay, what do we have in the chat? What do we have in the chat? So again, Initux, thank you very much for the love, dude. Much appreciate it. Good morning, Cosmic ID, Dami Killer, Dare Dackle, Groovy Train. Aren't the kernel where you put your dog while you go on holiday? No. First name, last name, what's up? Oh my goodness. Salut Wales. Mirko, how are you doing? Little Dominis, salut. Am I seeing Japanese corn? What's up? Uzerishka, what's up? Popolvar, Gayon Moose. Amorfadi, hello. Varisk, good morning. No RLT, what's up? Sounds like you were on a public address system. Sorry about that, chat. What are you so excited about? Listen, dude. Today is the day where we shine, dude. Plush Tick, Gerard Salat, what's up?
A new croissant, the best club on internet.
You don't know what day it is? It's Wednesday, brother. Civilova, what's up? The Corben, hello. And we got, oh my gosh, we got more donation. Dominique, thank you very much. Thank you very much for gifting those membership to the community. Let's go! Yes! Oh boy! I'm excited, chat! Guys, if you got a membership from Initux, if you got a membership, I need to set that up too. Wait. Yes, I'm excited. Yes, I'm excited, chat. Give me 1 second. This is insanity, dude. I'm gonna explain what I've done, and you're gonna be what? How do I log in on this thing? get this. Oh, I can't. Well, Dominique, thank you very much also for the gifted membership, dude. So, guys, if you got membership from our generous donator, please thank them. If you want to enjoy the access to Discord and the special like place, boom, you can go there too. Someone put extra sugar in their coffee. I don't use sugar in my coffee, dude. I don't do that. No sugar. So listen, chat. I'm excited today. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm excited and I'm going to tell you why. So let's start with the beginning, dude. I believe we are in 4K 60. Can someone confirm in the chat? I think we are, because right now I'm in the BIOS. Wait, I'm going to show you if it works. Oh, yes, it works. And you will see why I'm excited. You will see why I'm really, really excited. So, what's happening? I made this video about content creation, right, on Linux. It has been 1 week and a half that I've been resetting up my whole like streaming setup, okay? And I've been working on it like pretty heavily, to say the least, right? On top of everything else. And so I fixed all the sound. The sound is now godlike. Okay? The sound is godlike, it's unbreakable. So obviously I made a little mistake there because I switched the source in OBS, but my workflow right now on Linux is just golden. I'm talking about the streaming PC. On my main PC for editing video and stuff, it was already there, but now the streaming PC is like rock solid. So what did I do for this last week? So first thing, I set up the sound once for all. I found the issue related to the sound, made a video about it, I explained it to you on the last stream. I did extra tests because I was just wanted to make sure, but now I knew the cause, I knew how to fix it, it's fixed. We're gonna have like perfect sound experience during the stream and on my video. So this is done. So this, I'm telling you. So this is done. The second one is, it was related to the capture card. So, no, let me go back. The second one was related to the stream itself. Because I did a lot of things on this side too. So, let's jump. No, I think we can talk like that. It's fine. We can talk together a little bit. So what I've done is that I was able to aggregate all the different platforms I was using before, and they're still on right now. But I was able to aggregate them to only one application, which is called StreamerBot. The issue with StreamerBot is that it's only running on Windows. It doesn't have any native Linux executable. So it's a software that replaces some of the online service that I've been using for a long time, like since I started streaming, which is like, I don't know, almost 10 years ago. And I wanted to just get out of this platform and do everything locally. So my first approach was to create a virtual machine on my home lab and then create some specific WebSocket redirection, like WebSocket tunnel. That will be the right term. So WebSocket tunnel between my streaming PC and this VM. For my streaming PC, thinking that StreamerBot is actually running locally on the Linux machine, right? Because everything goes through WebSocket with this application. But I was thinking, man, this is a pain to maintain. It's too complicated. So I was able to install it via Bottles. And Bottles is the only place I was able to use it. So I don't need the VM anymore. I'm able to run StreamerBot on my streaming PC directly via Bottles like container. And Bottles, believe it or not, is the only application which can run StreamerBot with wine. I don't know how they did it, but they were able to install like this specific like Windows dependency called Web to View. They are the only one to be able to do it. I tried to do it manually. I tried to do it differently. I could not do it. So that's the thing, chat. So I was able to do that, which is just awesome. So if you look at the notification when you sub, when you gift a sub, when you gift a membership on Twitch and everything, I've redone all of them. And you're gonna have some surprise, especially on Twitch if you use your Prime. If you use your Prime, chat, you're gonna get some surprise because I did deactivate everything before for Twitch, but now I reactivated everything, I reset up everything. I also reset up the chat. So now if you use any emote within the chat, whether you are on YouTube or Twitch, we should see the emote. So if we have like some member on YouTube, can you spam some emote just to see if they appears on the chat, just to test? But I think we should be golden.
Oh là là, Twitch Prime is now part of la crème de la crème club.
It's working, dude! Yes! Maxi, welcome back to la crème de la crème club, dude! Thank you for your Twitch Prime! Yes! Okay, so the emotes, they are still not happening. So this I'm gonna have to find a way, chat. Because I see some of the emotes, but I don't see the one from la crème de la crème club. They just don't show up. Salut Steven! Oula Korf, what's up? So this I'm gonna have to work on. I don't know why they don't show up. But you see, the one from YouTube, the normal one, they show up, but not the other one. But you get the idea, right? So I've done a lot of work on that. I did a little bit of a refresh of the stream, right? So if you look at the, what's the name? The logo there, Air Max, like, I start to like, play with the font, do some nice stuff. The goal doesn't update for whatever reason. We're gonna find why it doesn't update, but I don't think it's gonna be that complicated. But and the thing is, like, if you have more Prime, you will see like I put a lot of different like animation. So it's gonna be, in my opinion, a little bit more interactive. It's gonna be better. So something I tried to do during this time too was like link my Patreon account to StreamerBot, because this is something you can do. And like that, if someone become a member on Patreon, it will just show up on the stream. But this is not possible to do. Like, so I dig into the documentation, I start to link everything, start to work on this, but you just can't do it. So yeah, it is what it is, chat. But honestly, like having everything on one machine now, not having the VM, and being able to use StreamerBot directly on my streaming PC is just awesome. So this is a win in my book. Okay, but this is not the only win, chat. This is not the only win. You will see, like, we have a win which is actually insane. And I'm not, guys. Like, this is insane, dude. Like, this is insane. So let me explain what happened. So I did all of this. Okay, I did all of this, working. We got the sound, we got now like the new like streaming platform. We got this part is locked up, right? I did rework all my connection with my Stream Deck. I work on that because I wanted to have something really clean, like, starting with the base, which is like so solid that can rush more video, right? This is the idea. So this is done. Okay. Now let me show you, chat. Let me show you. So here, if I go there. Oh, wait. You see? That's why you always want to do. Voila. Now it's perfect, chat. Perfect like you. So we did that, okay? So by the way, thank you, Maxi, okay? For the 2 months. I appreciate it. No, I can go on this one, no problem, yeah. So I did compile some kernel and you will see why, dude. You will see why. I'm pretty happy about this one, chat. I'm pretty happy, dude. So, here is the kicker. You remember when we did the try in 4K 60 FPS, right? We had Glorious Eggroll on the chat. I think it was like 1 or 2 weeks ago. And we did the test. And for whatever reason, when I was switching to 4K 60 on the stream, it would not render well. And especially with Arc Raiders. We had game where it was kind of okay, but Arc Raiders, it just looked like horrible. Right, chat? Do you remember that? Man, I need to show you that. Okay, just in case you don't believe me, this is all the video I made just to test what I was doing with the stream and the sound. Look at this. I have some real problem, man. I have some real problem. But anyways, I fixed it. So, you remember we had that, right? We had the lag, like everything was like bad. So let me show you something, chat. Can I launch Steam? Just want to make sure everything is clean there. Because I did so many tests and I don't want to spoil what's happening here. Oh my gosh. Alright. Should be fine. We have some type of update. What? What the? Okay, we'll do the update after. Okay. Compatibility. Yes. Alright. Hey, Constantin, what's up? Kernel Dev, how are you doing? Okay, so listen to me, chat. Listen to me. Because I need to tell you this story. I'm gonna make a video about it. This is just crazy, dude. What happened is crazy to me. So some of you are gonna laugh, right? But to me, I'm like, whoa, this is insane. Nero, what's up? Install Bazzite, and now my comp freeze randomly, check hash sum and everything. So switching to CachyOS, never Bazzite again. Yeah, Bazzite is really good in certain case scenario, right? But not all the case, I would say. So now you should have the sound. It should be perfect, the sound. You should have the best experience ever, chat. Because this is what I'm trying to aim there. I want you, you know, to sit in your chair or in your couch and be like, whoa. Whoa, you know? You're gonna be like, whoa! Alright, so we are in. The image look pretty crispy right now. I'm having the best experience, yes? Thank you, dude. Thanks. So you remember, this is where it was not working, chat. Now look at this. Oh! Oh! Woo! Look at the quality, dude. Yeah? Do you see what I see, chat? Aha! Hey, yeah, what's up, doll? How are you? Dude, this is 4K, AV1. right, on YouTube. This is 1080p X264. So the Ugreen capture card is OP. Dude, I'm not using my capture... Listen, chat. I'm not using my Ugreen capture card. I'm not, chat. So I need to explain what happened. Okay, I'm gonna explain it to you, like, from a technical standpoint, and I'm gonna explain why it's so good. Like, why it's actually awesome. So, let me show you, chat. Man, I'm really happy about that. I think you will see. Like, you will see, I think you're gonna be like, Air Max, this is cool. This is pretty cool. So, at least for me it is, dude. So, I'm gonna explain, okay, chat? USB-C, USB 3.2 limitation on Linux. Let me explain. $4K60 looks pretty good, I must say. Thanks, dude. Is it using the ARC card or the Radeon in the streaming PC? This is the ARC card. ARC 380 in the PC. So how did I do, chat? There is a known USB speed issue on Linux. Right? There is a known USB speed issue. Like, it's none. So what does it mean, really? I'm gonna show it to you live, like that. You're gonna see. So Alacrity. So Kitty, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna have to reinstall this thing anyways. So how do you see the speed of something? So let me block that 1 second. What I'm gonna do, chat, I'm gonna plug... Wait. Because you need to see how cool it is, dude. Yeah, you actually need to see how cool it is. Salut Software Socialist, what's up? So this is the capture card I got. Okay, this is the Ugreen. Alright? It's there. It's not plugged right now. Okay? This capture card, just for you to know, it works like the Avermedia. And I'm willing to show you that because this is super interesting. So if I go on the Avermedia, because they have a good documentation. Live Ultra 2.1. Okay, I'm gonna go there. Salut Telurian, how are you doing? So this is the one, dude. So you go there. And I'm looking at this because they have a pretty good... They have a pretty good explanation on... Yeah, I think it's there. Wait. Yes! Look at this chat. I think this thing is really interesting. So, how does it work? On Linux, this speed, you can use it actually. It works. Alright, so 10 gigabyte is achievable. But somehow when you connect a device, he set it up at 5 gigabytes. So I'm gonna show you step by step how to debug that, right? Because I know like some of you loved the debug stream before. So what you do that, right? ls USB is gonna show all my device connected to the machine right now. And so what I have my keyboard here. Can you see it, chat, or it's too small? Maybe it's too small, wait. Okay, so I'm gonna make it big like that. Okay, now you see it. So, that's my mouse. Not my mouth, my mouse. This is my Ultimate 8-bit DAW. That's my mixer. Okay, now we start to know it. This is a bridge for serial data, whatever. Like, I don't know, like it's part of whatever is connected to the hub. This is my keyboard. Nova Touch TKL, okay? Now, if I want to see at what speed they are connected, you do like that. -T. Okay? And here you will see like each of the device at what speed. So it's pretty easy to read, in fact. So for example, I know there is one here which is at 5 gigabyte. And you look at the port, 5, 2, okay? So it's on the bus 4, port 4, dev 2, okay? Bus 4, dev 2. So this one is at 5 gigabyte. All right? You want to know the speed of the Behringer? No problem. You go on bus 1, dev 3. Bus 1, dev 3. So this is the one here. Pop! Easy, you got it here. All right? So this is how you know the speed of connection. It's super easy, in fact. Bon. So now I'm gonna plug this device here. All right, chat? One second. So you see at the bottom, he said connected. And by the way, I made a mistake. You know what it is? This is my Vantoy key. That's what it is. I was thinking like, what is it? This is my Vantoy key. So now we're gonna do the same, okay? So we're gonna see what's connected. Normally, it should show up my capture card now. So you can see it here. Capture card is here. Pretty dope, okay? Now, we're going to see the speed of the capture card. And look at this chart. So the port is bus 2 device 5. So bus 2 device 5. It's this one. Look at the speed, dude. I'm limited at 5 gigahertz. So let's go back here. 5 gigahertz, what do you get? What do you get at 5 gigahertz? That's what you get. And so all the big feature within the card, well, you don't have them anymore. Right? So I was looking, so here is the thing. I was trying to understand why the image was not good. I didn't get it. I was like, how can I not get the capture as it's supposed to be, chat? Like why? And honestly, it took me some time to understand that. Each time I will plug this card, so each time I will plug it, so I'm gonna do a bit up here. I can't, sorry. So I have to make it a little bit smaller. Sorry about that. So this is my PC here, right? Each time I will log and put the card, so I'm going to show you, and start OBS. So I'm going to start OBS. And you're going to see it's actually insane, dude. So maybe it's not going to show off. Yeah, I won't be able to reproduce. But the idea is like, oh, actually it works. Yeah, so perfect. So look, each time I will launch OBS, I will have one core. Like one core, for whatever reason, which will be pushed to the ground, dude. So this is OBS, this is a capture card here. I'm capturing, so on paper, I can capture at 60 FPS there. You see? I can capture in this format at 60 FPS. But, and this is what's happening, right? So I have the Ugreen as a source, I have the 4K 60, and when you use motion JPEG, you need to put the color range full because this is how it works. All right? And I was like, dude, is it the buffering? Is it like something is wrong? I'm at 60, but my PC is getting destroyed. So what is happening, dude? What is actually happening? So now I'm going to explain exactly what's happening. I made my research, okay? So first, for whatever reason, so we'll make a exclamation point here. The device is locked at 5. So how do they write that? Gbps, okay. Capital, so 5 gigabytes per second. Okay, it's locked. Like there is nothing we can do, it's locked. So this is what I found. That's the first problem. Second problem is like it use something called MJPEG. MJPEG. And so MJPEG is a format that needs compression / decompression on the fly. This is really important, chat. This is really, really important. So what does it mean? It means that when I launch this, nothing is happening, right? It will just pump up to 100% or even more, 150% on one core usage just for the capture to happen. Because if you look at the video, so I'm gonna be heavy there, but I think it's really important. If you look at the video, if you do 60 FPS at 4K, it means that you have 60 images at 4K that need to be compressed and decompressed each second just for the capture to appear on OBS. And that's the reason why my CPU is getting destroyed like right now. Like watch, there is like 50% of usage, 60%, and there is nothing. It's just a black. Dude, look at it. It's just black here. There is nothing happening, dude. But because he has to decompress, it's just killing my streaming PC. And even if I have a 5950X, it's just like killing it, dude. I'm not even kidding. Like this is so bad. This was so bad. So because my machine was a beast, it kind of like make it work when the image they were not moving that much. But then when you have a lot of things moving on the screen, or if the image is like really dense, like on Arc Reader, well, it will just destroy my CPU. And so it will just make the stream lag, right? And the recording lag. So I start to think like, man, like we are toast. We just can't do it, chat. Right? We can do it because the port is limited here. And so I start to make some research. Okay, so Imagine, it's like 1 a.m. Okay. I have a big headache. I'm not happy, dude. I'm telling you, I don't get it. And I start to dig on Reddit, okay? And I'm like, on Reddit, maybe I'm gonna find something and whatever. I don't know. I'm digging everywhere. Yeah, the amount of core doesn't help much when you can only use a couple of threads. Exactly. So I was like, how do we do that? And then I go and I found a patch for a Elgato capture card. And this patch is a kernel patch. No. A kernel patch, dude. And I'm like, can we apply that to the other? Can we apply that to my card? So that's what I've done, dude. I took the patch. Okay, I analyze it. Okay, I'm like, what does it do? And I'm like, can I apply it to my hardware? Right? Can I do it on can I do it to my hardware? And I recompile the kernel. And what I do, because the timeline was not exactly like that. What I did is like, can I apply to my hardware? And it was like 2 a.m. And what I did, I sent a message to my bud, right? Like the big dev. Me, obviously, I'm not a dev, right? I'm not a dev, chat. It's not what I learned at school. This is not what I've been doing for the last 30 years of my life. Like this is not my stuff. So obviously I know how to do bash and stuff, but I'm not a real dev. So I sent message to G, aka Iggy, right? I sent message to my buddy Peter. But we all know them. I sent message to my buddy TKG, and I'm like, dude, like, I need to do that. Like, I need to do that. That's all. I need to do it. I think I found a solution. So obviously, like, everybody's sleeping. It's 2 a.m., dude. Everybody's sleeping. So I go to bed. And so yesterday, I'm like, we're gonna patch this kernel. I'm gonna add my stuff. We'll see if it works. Right? So does it work? Does it work? So let me show you. So you understand how it works here, in terms of like. So I'm gonna close that. We don't need it. I show you the issue. Wait. Okay, now it's fine. So I'm gonna SSH on my machine. So right now I'm SSHing on the streamer, right? The streamer PC. So this is a PC actually streaming right now. Okay? And you see my kernel. So I did recompile the kernel with the TKG application and I applied my own patch on it. Okay. So I did that. And then we're gonna do a ls USB. And you're gonna see I have my capture card. Where is it? Yeah, it's this one, I think. So this one is funny because you have the RGB on it, which appear as a device, and you have the capture card. So it's on bus 6 device 2, okay? So ls USB T and where is it? So bus 6. Where are you, Papa? So no, it's not this one. Where is it? Yeah, it's this one here. So it's bus 2, device 2. So bus 2, device 01. So wait, what did I do? This is really confusing. So it's this one here. Avermedia technology. Yeah, that's the one. So bus 2, device 1. So I guess it's this one. Yeah. This is the one, chat. And boom. It is at 10 gigabytes. So the patch works. The patch works, dude. Obviously it works because we are streaming it. So what does it mean? What does it mean, dude? So do you have to? So this is a good question, Groovy Train. I can't keep up with this level of Linuxing. Don't be worried. So this is why it become really nice. So I'm like, dude, now instead of having this feature on the card, I have this feature. I can bypass MJPEG because it's just destroying my CPU when I go in 4K. In 1440p, it's fine. 4K is destroying it. But guess what? Now I can switch to NV12. Which means now everything is handled by the hardware. Bro, it is handled by the hardware. So you had a great question, Groovy Train. You're like, do you have to apply it all the time? So yes, on paper, you have to apply it all the time. But this is a trick. You remember what I said? I messaged my bud, right? It works? Yes, it works. It is okay, it works. So 1, G, he has ton of capture cards. You remember? So what he does is like, dude, I'm gonna test with this one. So he had an Asus, whatever. He had the Ugreen, the one I have. I had my Avermedia. So here right away in the patch, instead of having 1 device, we can add 3 devices. So we had the device. And now I'm like, okay, let's push the patch. Okay, and now, so there is like secret Discord dev, and they're like, okay, we take the patch, and now we're gonna push it to the CachyOS kernel. We're gonna push it to Nobara kernel, right? We're gonna push it to PKOS. I think PKOS is in it too, kernel. So now, right off the bat, what it means is that you don't have to apply the patch if you have this hardware. Because if you get this hardware, what it means is like for you, it's gonna be a plug and play experience. All of this, you don't care. Right? And I think this is the beauty of the thing. It's like one random dude like me, right? Like a random dude like me, had the hardware, got the ID, push it. Now everybody using those distro right now, as we speak, it works. So this is so good, right? So I think they pushed it. I need to double check with them, but now watch. What did I do? I'm like, bro, what if we push it to the kernel upstream, dude? What if we do it? Well, I pushed it. I pushed it yesterday night. Because we want to do the thing fast, papa! So, I pushed it. So, I got some problem. Okay, I got some problem. But it's pushed. Now we need to be accepted. Ah, that's the thing. It needs to be accepted. And this is actually awesome, chat. So I need to show you that, dude. I need to show. This is so good. If I go and I do, so I think it's kernel lore USB B. Okay. Okay, so I think this is the one. So I'm a noob, okay? So he said, so he already answered the guy. So you send a patch on top of your preview patch which was not accepted, and so this wouldn't even apply to our tree at all. Please make a clean patch. So I'm gonna redo the patch because we had some issue. But it can happen, chat. So I explain everything. So patch do not work. So this I can do it. It's nothing, right? Why does the device slow down like this? Is it a bug? I don't know. I don't know if it's a bug, but anyways. So he's asking me what's going on. If you run lsbv, you will read the BOS value and then look at the kernel to see if it has the issue after that. So I just explained him here what I did, but I guess he did not understand. And the other issue is that I did use my name, like my... I had to explain. I did use my nickname, Air Max, right? So I was asking him, I was like, bro, like, can I use... you see, regarding the signed off by line, I would like to use my public content creator alias rather than my personal identity. Could you please advise how to do this while remaining compliant to the DCO? And he says, sorry, I can't do that as I do not know who this is. So I'm like, okay, sure, bro. You can do that. So anyways, we're gonna push it, dude. Okay, we're gonna push it. I got the patch. Everything is there. I'm gonna do that after the stream. But the idea now is that this thing is gonna go upstream. I don't think my name will be on it, chat. You know, but I don't care. You know, I don't do that for the fame. I do that because it's gonna help the community. And now, if you own any of those free devices, you're gonna be able to record 4K 60 on Linux, dude. Boom! It's fixed. So what was the issue with the USB? It was at the kernel level. So the way it works at the kernel level is like the kernel, it defines the speed, right? And so when you connect the device, there is some type of exchange which is done. And because it doesn't recognize like 10 gigabyte for the device, it will just switch down to 5 gigabyte. And if you remove like this little like check, it just keep it at 10 gigabyte and it doesn't reconnect. So this is what I've done. So I didn't do the original patch. Me, what I've done, like I noticed it. I noticed it was working for a device. So me and my patch, I just add device which could be affected by this. Now you can cosplay as a kernel developer. Nah, I will never do that, man. Like, I suck, man. Like, you know, I was talking. I think I was talking with Peter, and I was like, bro, like I suck at this, because he was telling me, he was like, hey, I can send it for you, and like it's gonna be done. And I'm like, no, I want to learn. So obviously, you see, I made a mistake because everything done. Like whatever something is pushed and whatever, like I made a mistake, which is fine. But the thing is, I learn, right? I learn how to do a fork of the Linux kernel on my own GitHub repo. So if you go there, I have a GitHub repo, right? I learned how to push directly a kernel patch to the kernel foundation, right? I learned so many things yesterday night. So it has been like 1 week and a half where it's like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. every day. And I have 2 kids, chat. Which means like every day between like 5 and 6, I'm awake and I'm already working. Which means like I've not been sleeping for a long time. But watch. Air Max. If I go there and I go on my, so you see I have my own fork there. And if I go to the branch I created, so I learned all of that, dude. This was so good. So here my fork is ahead of Torvald, dude. Well, obviously it means nothing, but I think this is so cool, man. Like, I don't know why. I think it's really cool, chat. So here you are, you see? It is pretty cool, dude. And so I was able to do it. So I'm gonna work on that this afternoon. And it won't be on my name, chat. But I don't care. Right? I'm gonna see with him, because you see, even the guy answer was like, yeah, I don't know what that is. I'm like, okay, fair. If you don't know what that is, well, we move on. I'm gonna put someone else in the list, like I don't know, Glorious, Eggroll, or Peter, or TKG, and they're gonna do the commit, because obviously those guys, they know each other or whatever. But this is cool, dude. Does it have its side effects? So I just looked, there is no side effect. Now it works. So with this patch, now you can have 10 gigabyte working. right? So I'm going to show it again to you guys. It's here. The device is known as 10 gigabyte. End of story. I know that level of satisfaction you are feeling, the beauty of Linux. Dude, this is so cool. So there is some issue with the USB device negotiation. Hopefully we can find a solution for all USB device. Till then, we need to test every device, and while it is like it is, top job, Papa. Thank you, dude. Thank you very much. So there is some negotiation error with certain device, not all of them. But I'm guessing, like, when you get a device that requires, like, this speed, you need to do your due diligence and see if it's actually, like, negotiating at the speed it's supposed to be. Really cool. I recently committed something in the Arch update, cache update, helping with fast stuff. Really give a good feeling. Yes. The Corbin. I agree, dude. Good luck finding and fixing similar in other OS. Yeah. Yeah. Well, listen, man, I'm super happy, chat, because now what it means that if you're a content creator, the sound is a little bit hard to set up, but it's not a problem. And the capture now is not a problem anymore, right? Because you can capture exactly at the same speed as on Windows. Because before you were limited. Right? So on paper, you could still reach the maximum speed. And I was fine while at 14 and 14p. But when we arrive at 4K, 5 gigabyte was not enough anymore. And listen, man, like because this is a beauty. Look at this. I'm gonna do a beat up. So we are streaming right now, chat. Look. And I'm encoding the stream for Twitch. So that's why it's so high. If I don't encode the Twitch, the stream Twitch on my CPU, this thing will be like sleeping. This thing will be like sleeping, chat. It is, man. I'm super happy, chat. I won't lie to you. Like I'm super stoked. I am super like motivated. So obviously, like, if there is some more work, I'm like generating a patch, doing the thing properly is not easy, right? I learned that yesterday night, and before I started the stream, I was still doing it because I just sent the email before. It's not easy, dude. But I think it's gonna help Linux. I think it's gonna help the community. Dude, this is awesome. Hey, thank you, Steven. You are a doer? That's cool, chat. That was the big news of today. So yes, I'm super happy because now the machine is a rock, you know? Like, I know whatever I threw at it, it's gonna be like a destroyer. So for fun, I made some tests yesterday, and I recorded in QCP, HEVC, 4K 60 FPS. And I put the QCP, I think I put it at 17 or 16. This machine was able to push 1 gigabyte per second recording, dude. It was just like no problem. So gigabit. Sorry, gigabit. I always made the mistake. Saf. Gigabit. I'm going to try and patch the ESP4 stuff on the Fedora kernel for my laptop. Camera doesn't work. Yep. And Man, I think compiling the kernel and finding new patch and adding stuff is actually pretty fun. It's actually pretty fun. So you can do it locally, and then you can push it to your own repo, and then you can push the commit to the kernel list, and bam. But in the meantime, Kashi and Nobara will automatically have the patch applied anyways. Yes. I'm pretty sure Peter, he pushed it in the Kashi OS. Nobara is going to do the same. Like this is... But dude, this is a requirement for all the content creator. So those distros are going to push it instant. The other distro, like, for example, like GLF OS, because they depend on the kernel of Nix, I don't know how they apply their patch. I'm going to send it to them too, right? Bazzite, I'm not sure how they're going to do it too. I think if Glorious is doing it, I think he's going to push it to Bazzite too anyways. But I don't know where they're at right now. Because, you know, like, again, I don't want to get into the drama. I don't know where they're at for that. I installed Kashi OS on my new PC because of you, but I can't get my resolution to work properly in CS2 Stretch. Now I'm sad. Don't be sad, dude. Just search on internet how to make it work. I personally didn't do a tutorial on that because depending on the card you have, depending on the OS you use, on the desktop environment you use, depending on so many variables, it's just too complicated. So what I advise you to do, go on a Discord like the Kashi OS Discord, create a help me, or you know, do on a place where people are gonna help you live. Like the purpose of this stream is not to do a debug stream type of stuff. You have been on it for the last 8 hours. Good for you, brother. I've been on it for the last 4 years. You will be fine. You will be fine, dude. You'll be fine. Listen to me. Right now, it's like right now here on the stream is not the place. I don't do support live. We just try to talk about cool things. Imagine if everybody come with a little problem and we just do that all stream. So this has been stopping me from getting a capture card on Linux. What capture card do you have? So I have this card here. The one I'm using right now is this one. That's the one. You could use the Ugreen. If this one is too expensive, you can do... Wait, 1 second. Ugreen 4K 140 Hertz. I don't know why they don't have it on... Yeah, I don't know why. Let me check. I mean, like this thing is showing where I live. So I'm not showing you that. But that's the one, chat. Wait, give me 1 second. I'm gonna take it off from the PC. Okay, Bobby, au travail. So, this one here. Ugreen. Come on, Bobby, can you do that? Yeah, this one here. So this is a Ugreen 4K 140 Hz. And this one is gonna work. Now, if you have one, thanks, but I will revert back to Windows. Maybe I will try in another 5 years. Hey, you do you, Maxwell. Okay? Enjoy your Windows installation, brother. So this is the thing. If you can get one of those, what you can do, and I think the Elgato works because the initial patch was for the Elgato. So Elgato, let me check. Elgato capture card. So my guess is this one, yeah. This is the latest one, right? Yeah, I think this one should be working too. Oh man, this website. Yeah, so 4K 144. This is what you want. Sorry, my bad. So this one should be working, dude. Elgato 4K-X. Right? So this should be fine. If I had to choose, I will just take the cheapest one. Right now, I'm using the Avermedia right now, but they all work. 144 Hz even do for capturing. So if you look here, on paper, at 4K, you can capture up to 144 FPS. Right? But I will avoid MJPEG anyways, because this thing is not great. Okay. But what is really good at is like you can do a pass-through. Right? So the pass-through means you take your your HDMI cable. You take it off from your graphic card, put it in the capture card, and then you take another cable that goes directly into the screen. Right? Hey, Pension Man, what's up, my dude? How are you doing? So this is really, really good in my opinion. Just take the cheapest one. Like there is no... I don't make any money out of this, right? Like it's not me like telling you like, hey guys, get that, it's better or whatever. Like I get zero out of this. It's almost like a dock. No, it's more like... Watch. To show you how it works here, if I go in my display configuration, it shows as a screen because it's a pass-through, right? So you don't have to duplicate your screen to capture it. It makes the whole like capture approach like way easier, chat. Like way easier. Venicilla, how are you doing, dude? So is it a dock? Yeah, it's outside of the PC, so it is like a dock, I guess. But this is what you want overall. But chat, I think we did it. We are like one step away of this patch getting pushed in the kernel. And man, this is awesome, chat. I'm just happy, dude. Salut Bowek. Nice to see the fix. Sad for me, I'm stuck with the 4K 60 Pros that I work with 1.5 years before switching to Linux. It's internal PCI, though found a reverse engineering project, but I need to build it. So I had like two Avermedia 4K capture card which only work on Linux, on Windows, sorry. I had to put them in the basement. I'm gonna sell them soon. I need to sell them. Like those USB cards are really good. And yeah, so I'm not planning to use Windows anytime soon, dude. Their spec look pretty similar. Likely they use all the same IC. Yeah, maybe that's the thing. So what is the next step, Air Max? You're fixing now kernel, Linux kernel, so maybe your own distro? No. So the distro approach, it's too much work for me on top of what I'm doing right now and what I'm planning to do in the near future. So I just can't sustain this workload, right? I just can't. I thought like at a certain point to maybe do a distro, but it's too much work. And we have so many people who are doing such a great job right now. I don't want to create, a distro on the middle of the 800 distro for bringing what value. I'd rather like find my stuff and share it with the dev, whether it's upstream or whether it's directly with the distro like maintainer. I think it's better for everyone. Now, obviously, like I'm not going to shine. I'm not going to be like, hey, it's Air Max, the guy who contributed to the kernel. or it's Air Max, the guy who made his own distro. There is no point, dude. I'm not looking after that. I'm just looking for my channel to grow, having enough support to, support my family and stuff. Like, the distro, it had more complexity to everyone, and it doesn't have value, so. How do you set up this chat overlay with both Tweet and YouTube? With StreamerBot. As long as there are great distros out there, it doesn't make such sense making your own unless you have a very special use case that aren't met. Fair. They make your name the grub splash screen. Imagine, dude. Oh, Papa Arch. Salut Xero, how are you? You got the right contact to distro maintainer. This thing will go upstream naturally. Yes. It will go upstream. I just wanted to do it because in my head I was like, man, I want to try to do it and I want to be a part of it. Right? So I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to learn how to do it. Can I do it? This is the type of stuff that kind of like reach my brain. I was like, yeah, I think I should do it by myself. Just to, say, hey, I did it. I can do it. Right? Type of stuff. So, yes, I think I'm going to do it. Now, the patch itself, it won't be on my name for sure. Because you can see, like, they are not happy about the fact that I'm using my handle, like Air Max. Those guys, they don't know me. So they don't want someone like that to push. They certainly have rules, right? Like, you have to put your real name. So I'm like, you know what? If I don't have it, that's fine. At the end of the day, someone is going to connect his Ugreen 4K on his streaming PC or even on his own PC, and now it's going to work. This is what counts. Nobody's going to be like, oh, wow, well, this guy did it or whatever. Like, it's a good learning experience. Nice to get a view behind the curtain. Doesn't mean you need to go on stage. Yes. This is my stage here. This is what I like. That's my stage, guys. So, yep. It is done, chat. So I'm gonna have some work to do. The stream won't be super long. Because I have a hard block in like 2 hours. So what I propose you to do, chat. What I propose you to do is like we react some video because we are behind it. We are behind. How did you fix it? I missed it. I was working on my package manager. I created a patch for the kernel, which I'm gonna push upstream, which I'm pushing upstream right now. In the patch, it's already pushed on the CachyOS kernel, Nobara kernel, PKOS kernel. So that's how I fixed it. So now we are going back to installing CachyOS. Still peak, what's up? Yeah, maybe. Let me see. So Lisa Su confirmed that the launch of Steam Machine is just around the corner. Do you think Steam Machine will further promote Linux for daily gaming and use? Yeah, I believe it will. It will, dude. Like, it's an awesome device. I'm just worried about the pricing. But the device itself opens the door to so many things. Like, so many things. So let me check, chat. I'm trying to find the video I wanted to react, chat. I think we're gonna. We'll see if I get copyright strike depending on what I react to. I'm gonna do the Linux tech tip. I think we need to talk about this one, chat. There is Jake. Jake, I think he switched to Linux, dude. Wait, this is the one I wanted to watch. Yeah, I'm uninstalling Windows. Okay, so this is good. Mm-hmm. One second, chat. LTT. Let's see what they did. If I remember, they made a video on YouTube. Oh yeah, this is the one, dude. What GPU is the best for Linux gaming? Oh my gosh, chat. Oh my gosh, okay.
Linux is open source.
Okay, one second, chat. Yeah, we're gonna do that today. So let's see. Oh yes. Did you try GeForce Now on Linux? No, I think we're gonna do that Friday, chat. Friday we're gonna do GeForce chat. I want at least like 2 or 3 hours. And today we don't have this time ahead of us. With all the GPU you have you thought to do a dual GPU in your PC? I thought about it, but I just don't have space. Like the 1590 just take too much space. So I don't see the value for me, at least. My Windows friends are scared of Linux. They want the Steam machine, however. When I told them, you know, it's Linux, right? They answered, I guess I'm gonna use Linux then. Nice. We know what is the best GPU, the GT 1030, guys. Bon. In one of your video, you said you fixed the schedule for competitive game like CS2. Reboot, watch the SCX scheduler video for Counter-Strike 2 and test the scheduler that works the best for you. So it's called SCX-EXT. What are you going to do with the 9070 XT now? Well, we're going to do it for some benchmark and stuff. Yeah, but I'm keeping this card. Like, this card is so good, I'm not... Yeah. Use the 9070 XT for the HomeLab and push it into a Docker for Sunshine game streaming. Yes, we could do that too. You guys have so much content that need to be pushed. You have no idea what I've done behind the scene. Like, it's actually crazy good and crazy stupid at the same time. You will judge, chat. But yes, I went a little bit overboard. You will judge, okay, chat? Okay, so this gentleman left Linux, like the LTT Media Group, like I think 1 year or 2 years ago. He created this channel. I have to say I'm pretty envious, not jealous, but I'm envious of his subscriber count. But he's doing a good job, I guess. So he deserves it, obviously. But like, dude, he made this video. I'm uninstalling Windows. 800,000 view, chat. So we're gonna react to that. I think this one too. Like, we're gonna react to this one. Allez. This one seems cool. So let's see what it does, and I will see if I publish it or not on the channel. Okay, chat. Are you ready? And you can react, because whatever you're gonna say is gonna appear right here. You see? Watch. Right here. 21 minutes.
I'm having a great time right now. It's been
it's loud.
30 minutes of trying to install one program. Holy. You ever feel like Windows
Bro, 20 minutes trying to install DaVinci Resolve? It's literally 1 second, broski. What are you doing?
just keeps getting worse? It's almost like every week they add more bloat, ads, half-baked updates on features that already work just fine, and slide in AI crap where it shouldn't be. Not to mention making it harder and harder to have any semblance of privacy while you use the damn thing. I could go on, but I'm sick of it. I just wish there was something other than Windows that you could run on your PC, whether it's for business or for pleasure. Whoa.
Well, guess what? There is something. We have been saying it for the last 4 years, dude, and it actually works. Right? It actually works.
Whoa! What's that? Oh, God? Is that you?
Jake, you shall have a task to make you an example in these dark times. To use Linux, because, well, I think you'll like it.
Good idea, oh Lord!
Of course it's a good idea. Behold, look well upon this, Jake. This is Tubbs. This is your task, this is your mission. This is what you must embrace and construct and experience. Linux.
A blessing from the Lord.
God be praised!
Look well upon
What am I watching? Bro.
it. This is your quest.
But Linux is open source and I thought it sucks for gaming and is ugly and hard to use.
No, it's not true, dude. It's not hard to use. I played CS2 last night. It was mad how well it works on Linux. I know. It's actually insane, huh? Microsoft is sucking so hard right now that even content creators are moving away from Windows. My man.
Sure, that's what we've been told. But thanks to Valve's
I will just change that. I would say even big content creators are moving away. Because there is a lot of like small to mid-sized content creator what doesn't have this visibility was switched a long time ago. I got a comment yesterday or before yesterday on my content creation video where I was mentioning like all the stuff for 1 hour. It was a 1 hour long video. This video will never go to 1 million, but anyways, made the video and I got a comment from a content creator who had like 160,000 subs, dude. And he said, yeah, I moved 1 year ago and this and that. So he showed me like what was working on his end, in his workflow, what was not working. And he made fair point. Like his analysis was correct. And I was like, dude, you're on point. I think there is a lot of people who are just moved, we are not aware of. But the trend is definitively going in that direction, right? Wait until the honeymoon is over and they search for an alternative or they glow up and change their workflow. Gaming is so easy nowadays. I agree with that. The issue, I'm going to repeat it again and again, like it's related to the adaptation from the user. And the ability of the user to learn something new. That's all. Like this is Linux right now. So obviously, like what I show you just before regarding like pushing a upstream kernel, it's not for everyone, obviously. But in reality, it could be. I'm the perfect example, right? I'm not a dev. I'm obviously I'm in the Linux sphere, but I can still do it. And it's also really important, like to prove that to the community, right? It's like if you have the ability to read, if you are a little bit organized, and you are willing to learn and test, well, you can contribute, and your contribution can help everyone else. So I think it's more like a mental block. You know, it's like some people, they look at math and mathematics, for example, and they'll be like, oh, I'm not good at math. I don't want to deal with that. You are not born like bad at math. You just don't want to put effort into it. It's exactly the same thing with Linux. And the thing is like everybody is formatted to Windows. So when they have to put some effort to switch to something else, well, they have a choice, right? It's like, do they do the effort or they don't? And there is obviously limitation. We can't hide that, but like, come on.
massive economic dong, brute forcing Linux adoption with the Steam Deck and soon to be Steam Machine, and the huge buff that's had to the Linux user base, it begs the question, is it possible, hell, maybe even better to run Linux on your computer for gaming or productivity than Windows or macOS?
Yes, it is. Yes, there is limitation, but yes, it is. It is better for one and simple reason. I would say, like, for me, the simple reason is like you are finally in control of your hardware. And I'm going to repeat again. You are in control of your hardware. And the way Windows is going right now, you are less and less in control of your hardware. They push updates you don't want. They push fix you don't want. They push AI you don't want. They push freaking Candy Crush you don't want. They push so many stuff for your throat. It's just too much. You can't swallow it anymore. This is how I see it. I hope SteamOS will be easy entry point for many normal users so they can learn Linux and start to walk, then run and maybe fly. Yes. So I did a review of SteamOS, but like a real review installed on my hardware. I used it for, I don't know, 3 weeks, I think. it's an Arch-based distro with an immutable aspect to it. So it's not really immutable like the way Fedora or NixOS does it, but it's still immutable because you have like two OS within the OS. I made a full explanation on how it works, but I think it could be really promising. Really, really promising SteamOS. But as it is right now, it's going to be just limited to console or device you want to use at console. Kind of like to me, it looked like a on steroid Bazzite. This is how we'll define SteamOS. And no container. Important. How can you not want Candy Crush? Bro. It's quite easy to learn because you can always ask help from AI. So you can ask help from AI. You just need the base because AI, I use AI. I need to make a video about that too. Like I use AI, but AI is saying also a lot of wrong stuff. So if you don't have the experience, it's relatively complicated to discern what is the true from the wrong while using AI, right? SteamOS will surely have a desktop distribution when Steam Machine release. It will, but as it is right now, it's more for console. I think there is two big steps with SteamOS. You have the SteamOS as it exists right now, which is definitively for console. So when I say it is for console, it's like when you launch it, you don't arrive on the desktop, right? You don't have a logging manager. You just arrive in the Steam console and you use GameScope. So everything is really axed on this experience. Now, can you switch back to the desktop? Yes, you can. Can you make it in a way where you don't have this full like console experience right off the bat? Yes, you can. But still, as it is right now, the first step will be like port it to the mass with this approach. And when I say port it to the mass, is like include NVIDIA array, right? And then the second phase will be like distribute it in a way where you have an option, for example, to install like the console version or the desktop version, right? That's the way I see it. Yes, Patrick. This is called hallucination. It is literally the issue with learning with AI. You can say a lot of good things, but you can say a lot of bad things too. So when you are learning and you don't know what they're talking about. Salut, Onigiri Eater. What's up? Okay, let's go.
And to find out, I'm going to spend the next month of my life locked away from both, daily driving Linux on every computer I own so that you don't have to. And who knows?
Man, you should have to. Just do it. Like, no offense to Jake. I think he's doing a great job. But you should do it. Because whatever I say, whatever he say, only your experience is going to matter at the end of the day. And it's free. It doesn't cost anything to do it. So just freaking do it. You're going to be surprised. Just listen. So one thing is like, just listen to the people who has done it before in terms of like what distro you should use depending on your use case, like this type of thing. So this I would say like, yeah, listen to me or other content creator which are like reliable on this matter. But yeah, do it. 1 week challenge, is it long enough? No, it's not. And especially for someone who doesn't know what they do, right? 1 week is not enough. You need, I would say, like for the challenge, you have to do at least 30 days, at least 1 month. And it also depends on your ability to learn and adapt. Adapt. Right? So we'll see how it goes for him.
Who knows? Maybe it's gonna be great. Now, to be clear, I already use Linux in my home lab and on servers
Nah, this is looking good, chat, huh?
all the time. So the fact that I've never daily driven it is frankly kind of embarrassing. So delay no longer. Where do we start?
So here, listen, chat. So something really important. If you have been running a home lab and you never run it on your desktop, so it was kind of like the case for me because when I tried Linux, it was like 35 years ago. The desktop was a thing, but it was not really a thing compared to what it is now. Terminal was a thing for sure. Anyways, I've been using Linux for the last, again, like I never stopped using Linux since I started. But the desktop is a different beast from the server side. And so what he's saying here makes a lot of sense. Because obviously there is some learning you're going to be able to, I would say, like, transfer from running a server on Linux versus running your desktop on Linux. But you're gonna have still a lot of things to learn. Like I just want everybody to be aware of that. It's not because you're solid on a server running Linux that you're gonna be solid running a desktop. Because what makes the complexity of the desktop really is like everything related to the Pipewire stack, like sound stack, and everything related to the GPU stack that most of the time you don't use on a server. And you have all the other stack related to the desktop environment, and this is a brand new world, right? So I just want you to be aware, like, you know, don't be disappointed if you think you are a Linux god on server, and you might be. And when you switch to the desktop, you're like, oh god, I have to relearn everything. Yes. So like most of the things, you're gonna have to relearn them anyways. But I would say like your learning curve is gonna be not as harsh as if you have to learn everything from scratch.
Where do you download a Linux? This is where things already start to get complicated. You see,
What?
The Linux project at its core is just a kernel, which is kind of like the engine of your operating system. Naturally,
Yes.
it's a very important piece. It basically acts as the glue between your hardware and the software, but you
Yes.
also need a couple other pieces like
Dude, this is where the magic happens when you think about it. My friend was pitching Linux for me about 7 years. I only listened 2 years ago. That's fine. Are you happy now? Saf? That's the real question. I saw your streaming video and what about Wire Plumber config scares me. I'm happy with my Scarlett 212, 2i2, it just works, and I just can configure my plugin via Carla and Elvum. Yeah. Well, you can do as you want, right? Me, I love the terminal. I love editing file. I love doing that. Like I don't know how to explain. I don't like the GUI. I like to go on the file and do the test and do it this way. But if you're happy with the GUI and you get the same result, just do it. There is no right way, right? Or wrong way. Just do what works for you.
you know, tires and suspension and whatnot.
Yes.
Before we can take this proverbial high road to enlightenment. Now, what we actually want to download is a Linux distro or distribution.
Yes.
And those come with all those other pieces already included. You probably heard of distros like Ubuntu.
Oh, no, chat.
With all those other pieces already
Have you heard
included.
about this
You
distro?
probably heard of distros like Ubuntu.
Ubuntu, not Ubuntu. Ubuntu. Yes, have you heard about Ubuntu, chat? Me, I heard about Ubuntu. But it's Ubuntu.
Or Mint, except
Mint,
there's
yes.
actually thousands of flavors, all the way from Hannah Montana Linux
Yes, this one is the best. I recommend this.
to whatever the this is.
The perfect Linux distribution for degenerated weebs. Okay.
It's honestly a bit overwhelming, so I did what any sane person should, and I asked Twitter which distro I should use. Lesbian.
Oh, look! Mutar, CachyOS. Yes!
What the f? There were hundreds of suggestions. I downloaded a sketchy Chrome extension that let me scrape all the replies, put them into a big list, and we were left with the Twitter
Yeah, he has to be CashOS, chat. I'm kind of interested. Okay. I remember Bibian and Anna Montana Linux. I remember. Yes. What's up, Synthesize? Ubuntu. That's how they see it, right? Ubuntu.
Linux leaderboard, upon which 4 distros shone above the rest: Fedora, CashOS, Arch, and Bazzite.
Yeah, that's a good start, dude. That's a good start. So here, listen to me, chat. If I had to give my little feedback on this list, if you're a beginner, avoid Arch. Okay. So I know some of you are gonna be offended. They're gonna be, yes, but I started on Arch. I'm such a geek. I'm so good. I'm like, yeah, sure. But it's like, I think Arch is like willing to learn how to drive a car, but you have to actually build the car first. So it's like, do you just want to go and sit in the car and learn how to drive, or do you want to sit down and build the car piece by piece and learn how to be a mechano and learn how everything works and then drive the car? So obviously, like, if you do that, you're gonna be able to fix the car easier if you break it along the road, but it doesn't mean that you're gonna enjoy driving the car more or less, right? So yeah. So concerning the 2 over 1, so Bazzite would be really the solution if you don't want to deal with the car, kind of, right? CashOS come with a car which is already pimped for specific usage, right? So it will be like, pimp my car. And Fedora, it will be like the corporate car, right? Where it's a car that you will kind of like, I wouldn't say use in the corporate world, but it's like more like polish in a way which has a corpo vision. So one of the example will be like SE Linux. So is this a usage you need or not, right? Do you need this corpo layer on top of everything? Right? So I would say, if you game CashOS, then Bazzite. If you have a more like an usage like more like, I would say, like normal. So gaming plus other stuff with some type of like extra security need, which is not even real, but like anyways, you could do that. You could go with Fedora and Arch if you want to build everything from scratch. So is CashOS Arch? Yes, it's based on Arch, but it's not Arch. Go Debian as a beginner? No, certainly not. No. NiArch gaming test when? So Bazzite and Mint, it's just a work option. So the problem with Mint right now is like, they are really late on Wayland, and it could be a go option, but you might realize pretty soon that not having HDR, not having multiple screen refresh rate capabilities, real capability is going to be an issue with Mint. So I love Mint, guys. Like, don't get me wrong. But I think for a user, like a brand new user, I would have say yes, go Mint like 2 or 3 years ago. Now I would say no, avoid Mint until they fix Wayland. Right? Fedora company car, Nobara company car plus go faster Stripe. Yes. Dude, I think the analogy is pretty nice, huh, chat? I think it's pretty nice. Okay, let's go. Let's continue.
As somebody who kind of likes going fast, I was immediately drawn to CashOS. It's a version of one of the main Linux distros called Arch. Yep, but what makes CashOS interesting is how much faster it is than pretty much anything else. And I'm not talking like, oh, it's less bloated or there's faster animations. No. I'm talking optimizations that can legitimately yield double-digit speedups.
Look at this dude. I always love when, man. So listen, I need to share that with you guys. 3 years ago, CachyOS was starting, okay, and so I was already like testing the distro and stuff, right? I installed it and I was like, dude, this is awesome. Like, this thing is crazy and stuff. So I talked to some member of the community, left and right, French and English. And the feedback were like, yeah, but this is on paper. This is there is nothing that proves that it's going faster and blah blah. I'm like, dude, like this is going faster. They apply all the good patch. I talked to some of the dev I was in contact with. I talked to the dev of CachyOS, and I look at what they did, and I was like, okay, there is a value added in it. But the first feedback from the community was like, meh, right? Now, 3 years later, where a big outlet like Phoronix start to talk about it, people start to look at it. When I said it like 3 years ago, nobody cares. But when someone like Phoronix say, look, this is a bench, there is a value added. And look at this. Yeah, it's clear, right? There is a value added. So now, whether you get those 3% here on Xonotic or whatever, right? Here it's 3%. Here it's like 3%. It's gonna change something, maybe not, but on paper, you can see that there is a big upgrade already, right? And the gap was even bigger before because Fedora was not as optimized as it is now. And you can see Ubuntu 25.10. Look at the difference. Like now we are talking like 170 FPS compared to Ubuntu. So now we start to talk, right, chat? So the point is, they bring a value added, whether you like it or not. Even if you don't like Arch, even if you don't like stuff, like there is a real value added there. And it's important to notice that it's not just feeling, it is rational and it's there. You can see it like mathematically. I don't know how to explain it. Like what would be the right word for it? It is scientifically approved. Can I say that, chat? Anyways.
There was even a dude in my Twitter replies saying that Counter-Strike gets...
CS got 17% increase in P1 performance on CachyOS. Both images are stock except for using the NVClean install. CS do boot much faster on Linux. Dude, I've been seeing that for 3 years, man.
More FPS in CachyOS than in Windows. Linux? Better for gaming? Huh? And while we're...
Bro! What is this, chat? You see, like this, listen to me, chat. This is making me upset. Okay, let me explain, chat. Let me explain. I've been saying that for 3 years. Why nobody look at my freaking channel? Like, YouTube, do your job. I'm not being jealous of this dude. But like, this is not fair. I've been saying that for 3 years. I'm upset, chat.
On the topic of gaming, it's hard to ignore Bazzite, a derivative of Fedora that's built for gaming and tries to mimic the Steam Deck experience with GPU drivers and Steam Big Picture mode pre-installed. Bazzite honestly seems like a pretty sweet option, but it's not what I'm gonna use because it's designed as more of a managed experience where most of the operating system is read-only by default. And I know that sounds antithetical to like what you've heard about Linux being, oh, it's so customizable, but I promise it's actually a good thing, especially for noobs, because it's a lot harder to brick your shit. I just feel like...
Okay, so this is what I explained like 30 minutes before.
Maybe a little bit more of a traditional Linux experience, at least to start. And you need to get subscribed because you don't want to miss the follow-up to this video where I tell you about my experience in a month or so. Once I'm done, it's going to be magical journey. CES is definitely not next week. Then there's Nobara Linux. This one was a little bit further down the list, number 9, but it's gonna blow your mind. It's gaming focused and based on Fedora, just like Bazzite, but it uses the performance optimized Linux kernel from CachyOS. Ah! How is any normal person supposed to figure out what one to use? That was 4 of like hundreds of suggestions. Now I could ask Wendell, but we're gonna flip a coin. The heads is CachyOS, tails is Nobara. And I'm sorry, Ali, there's no distro called My
Best Linux, my balls.
Balls. Not yet. Look, it's a loony.
Okay, this is the name of our distro, dude. Linux Papa Balls. What do you think about that, chat? Linux Papa Balls. I think it would be like golden. Nobara and CachyOS also win my opinion. I've installed it in July 2025 and changed packages left and right, doing dev stuff, nothing broke. My non-IT bro is using Nobara since 42 release and is still solid. Yes. You can't go wrong with this. So Fedora is just like Arch plus Snapper, but with Fedora, I don't need rollback. Man, I wouldn't be so proud about you. Like, I use Fedora and sometimes you need rollback, broski. And me, I use, my main operating system doesn't have rollback. I just have grub and ext4 partition. Everything actually encrypted. So, we don't roll back, dude. We don't need rollback anyways. Papa Balls Linux. Maybe Airballs Linux. You Unjust Hero, what's up? Monkey Goes Mad, what's up? How are you doing? It will use the SAC kernel. Okay, chat. Okay.
If you're unfamiliar, that's a Canadian dollar coin. It's called a loony because there's a loon on there.
It's called a loony, chat. You knew about that? That's a loony. If you don't know Canada, like I learned that too when I arrived. It's a loony. It's pretty dope.
That's tails, and if I get that, we're doing Nobara. And on the other side is Queen Elizabeth, and she's gonna represent CachyOS.
Dude, what was that? Bro, Jack, we need to talk about your skill regarding like doing head or tails. Like, what is this?
I don't want to move. I swear it's heads.
No, he's cheating. He just wants you to go CachyOS. I knew it deep down.
I don't want you guys to think I bamboozled this shit.
Yeah,
right?
You bamboozled it. You freaking bamboozled, dude.
I kind of want to do Cachy, so I might just flip this multiple times.
Exactly. I knew it, dude. I knew it. So again, you know I'm friends with Eggy, right? But the thing is, Cachy arrived on the top of the list, and this is the hype of the moment. And knowing this guy, because he's a techie guy, you, like, when you are the techie guy, deep down you want to go with what's the name? You want to go with the art stuff, Arch. That's what you want, Chad. This is what you want.
CachyOS it is, baby. I don't know why I did that. But before we do that, we're going to back up my systems just...
But to be fair, like, Nobara, it will be the same experience, just you are using Fedora, right? Like you have a theme, but after this is personal, right? I think the theme from Nobara is better, dude. But you don't have the EUR, so yeah, you have to choose. But seeing like Nobara is a bad distro, like I wouldn't be on this boat. Vince, I've made a video of the percentage of distro on Steam. CachyOS Steam is quasi-equal, but Nobara minus 2%, sad. Yeah. This is the hype of the moment, CachyOS. Like, there is no question asked, dude.
In case something goes wrong, and what better way to do that than by using the DH4300 Plus from Ugreen, who sponsored this portion.
Okay, so we are not doing the sponsor stuff, backing up. Oh, sorry about this.
My favorite. That's not going to make this complicated. Ensuring a smooth and enjoyable computing experience every time you use it. You better not be lying to me, Kashi. You good human? I'm going to not even look at that warning at the top of the page.
So Ubuntu is always near the top too, Steam-wise. So that's a good point, man. So I'm gonna share it as a thought, okay, chat? Can you play on Ubuntu? Yes, you can play on all the distro. It just makes me sad because using Ubuntu, you wouldn't get the best out of your hardware, and you wouldn't get the latest feature. That's the only problem. That's why I don't recommend it. Now, can you transform your Ubuntu into a Kashi OS? On paper, you can actually. Right? It's just it is a really tricky one. When you do recommendation of distro, is that you need to analyze it from the delivery standpoint, right? It's like what you get out of the box. And out of the box, Ubuntu, and I would say even Fedora, is not optimized at like a point where the real gaming distro are. Could you do it yourself? Of course you could, right? But you know, that's why we're always like running in circle with this one. We're like, oh yeah, but and the thing which is kind of annoying me is like those guys who are running Ubuntu, most of them are pretty sure they are not doing the optimization, and the perception of what can Linux do is actually altered, right? For the majority of the user. Because if you think about it, because the majority of the user are using Ubuntu, well, the majority of the user, if we start from the statement they don't tweak or optimize Ubuntu, well, they don't have the best experience they could have on Linux. This is what I'm trying to explain. They are probably using the Snap version 2, full of issue. Yeah, exactly. On top of that. It's just sad. Sharika, what's up, my man? How are you doing?
Page and I ignore it. We're gonna push through. It's just like Windows. We have to make an install USB. They don't have like an install USB creator, so you download the ISO and then you use a tool like Balena.
So, man, I don't know about this software, but I heard a lot of bad things about this software. Apparently, like there is some. It's not fully open source. There is something wrong about the software. So. Yeah.
Sure, and I'm gonna flash it to this SD card because it's faster than any of the USB drives I have, and I don't want to sit here and wait all day. And flash. Success! But now what? Do I install it on my MacBook? No, actually, you can't. Now, there is a distro specifically for running Linux on Apple Silicon called Asahi Linux, and it does work on a ton of the older MacBooks. Anything M1 and M2 are pretty well supported. And if you go to the M4 specific support page, you can see TBA means that they haven't even started development. So yeah, it's not going on my MacBook. Ooh. Instead,
jeez, what did he do?
We're gonna install it on a Framework laptop.
Salut Alejandro. LTT is a big company now and they can't even use a serious distro for their benchmark. Meanwhile, some LTT ex-employee does his due diligence and his homework to bring a legit Linux video. Yeah, we're gonna watch this video too. I don't know if we're gonna have time to react though. Maybe next time.
Now, if you're not familiar, Framework is a super cool company that builds
so what is he going to do there?
That are designed to not only be repairable.
So I'm guessing he has some type of affiliation with Framework, right?
But also upgradable. And you can see this one is so repairable and upgradable that it actually comes in parts.
Yeah, this is so good.
It's a DIY edition that you have to assemble, which is kind of freaking awesome. Not only that, but you actually...
Man, I really wish like they send me a type of hardware like that to me to make some video about what they provide here. I think it would be really cool.
get to pick whatever parts you want, any RAM configuration, any SSD configuration. Hell, you can even pick your own RAM and SSD configuration and supply your own. In fact, I actually switched out the 1TB SSD they sent me for a 4TB SSD that I pulled out of the Framework desktop because I gotta be able to video edit on this thing. Oh God.
I mean, Linus is an investor, so he probably has some contact from that. Yeah, for sure. But he worked with them, right? When he was working at LTT. Jake is doing a great job, but I think he's kind of like cheating, using the cheat code to propulse his channel, which is fair. Like, if I was in this position, I would be doing exactly the same thing. But yeah, it helps like a lot.
Oh God. Oh, I didn't think about this. Does the video editing software run on Linux?
Yes, it does.
I guess we'll find out. This thing it's a sword. I know we haven't even installed it yet, but the thing that has me worried more than anything is the battery life. I'm so used to using an ARM-based MacBook that's like crazy power efficient. But to go back to AMD is a little daunting. Let me just swap the I/O. Ow! Fuck! We got a Ryzen AI 9 HX3.
Man, that seemed like a good... Dude, seems like a solid PC, broski. Oh. Whoa. It's just too expensive for us mortal. Yeah, so I was looking to get this PC, to be fair, at a certain point in time, and then I found a ThinkPad. So, yeah, ThinkPad all the way.
370 with Radeon
Second-hand ThinkPad, dude.
graphics. Huzzah! CachyOS, let's go!
So I don't think it's gonna have an issue like installing this. Just as a reminder, Framework is sponsoring CachyOS. So they are like a main sponsor for CachyOS. So obviously, like CachyOS is gonna make sure like it works on the hardware.
Would be so proud of me right now. Hey, look at that. Where's my mouse? Oh my God, it's so small. Launch installer, eh? Very nice. Oh my God. We haven't even started the installer.
Dude, he's not doing a capture of... He's not doing a capture of his screen. This is a picture, chat. You can tell, like, watch. Is that on my screen or is it on his screen? I can see little dots there. Can you see them too, chat? Like...
And it's already asking me what to pick and giving me no information about which one I should pick. Other than this one is the default, so... hopefully that's not a problem later.
So that's why you watch my video, chat. That's why you watch my video.
Yo, I can install with Z. I only got one disk. I'm probably not gonna do that. That seems like a lot of overhead. There's so many options. Oh my God. I don't know. I think I can change these after. I know Gnome.
This is why it's hard to do.
Gnome is like the OG, the default. Cosmic, whoa, that looks like macOS. We can ask the internet. A lot of people are saying Plasma. Okay, well let's start with Plasma. Oh cool, I can pick other ones to install. Cosmic looked cool. I like the idea of that one. Maybe we'll try Hyperland because people kept yapping about that. That was stressful. I like how there's like a description.
So it's interesting to see that he went and installed multiple D. Right? This is so painful to watch. Watching from the second-hand ThinkPad L15G1. Yes! Welcome to the club. I love my ThinkPad, dude. I got my ThinkPad T14 Gen 2, 32GB of RAM for a whopping $350 US, dude. Yes! I'm telling you. And you got yours for €200. Let's go, papa. Let's go, dude. I have 16 core in my ThinkPad. I think 16 core. Anyways, it's going fair. Like it's
Of the
doing a good
desktop
job so far.
manager. but I feel like there should be a default. New users should probably use this one to start, or download a couple, you know? While that installs, I guess it's time to do my desktop. Welcome to CachyOS. We, the Cache.
So wait.
While that installs,
Wait. Don't play with me, dude. Don't play with me, papa. Okay, so he's installing. I think he booted on Hyperland, chat. The heck? What did he do? Something went wrong, no? What the heck did he do, dude? I don't know what he does. Man. Okay, let's pretend nothing happened there. Let's pretend nothing happened.
welcome to CachyOS. We, the CachyOS developers.
Okay, up, he arrived on Plasma. I think he got stuck and he didn't choose the right D because he hadn't installed like multiple, right? So he got stuck on LightDM. Yeah, exactly. It was GDM or LightDM? I don't know. He got stuck there.
That you will enjoy using CachyOS.
So I think he's gonna have issue. Like when we're gonna watch the video next time, when you say like, "Oh, I've been there on 30 days," because he installed multiple D, maybe he's in trouble, dude.
As much as we
And you see, we circle back to what I said. Because you have to learn about the D, because you have to learn about everything which is not related to server, is gonna be a total noob there.
enjoy building it. The links below will help you get started with your new operating system. So enjoy the experience and don't hesitate to send us your feedback. The controls on the top work right off the bat. That's a good sign.
Everything
Great
works.
sign.
So something I was really surprised with my ThinkPad is like, all the function buttons, they work. All of them.
Installing packages is definitely one of the biggest hiccups when you get into Linux if you're used to Windows and macOS.
Fair.
Because there's so many different types of Linux. Let's say you want to install Helium. It's a really cool open source browser. It's based on the Chromium project, which is the base of Google Chrome, but they basically just
Salut Radvi, what's up?
don't include any of Google's garbage, and it has ad blocking built in. If you're using ad blocking, just allow list my channel.
Same, chat. Same. You see this face? Okay? It helps. It helps, especially if you can help financially, okay, chat?
Or YouTube Premium.
Yes!
This one, honestly, I think will work. If you're trying to install something, I don't know, more complicated,
So how is he gonna
or
do
maybe
it?
like a smaller project,
I think, is he going to try to download it or something?
you might end up getting the instructions for, I don't know, how to install it on Ubuntu and Fedora, but nothing for how to install it on an Arch-based distribution like CachyOS. And the packages they give you might just not work. It might only be possible to get that application installed by building it from the source code. I've heard that Arch has gotten...
So, dude, it's written here. I never use Helium, okay? Linux app image. So on paper, you don't even need anything because app image work on every version of Linux. It's literally like an image with all the dependency required to run Helium. I pay for YouTube Premium and block ads. Best combo. You still get money and I don't get tracked. Yes. You block the origin is off and I do pay for YouTube Premium. Let's go! My next Prime sub is 14th of February. Do you stream this day? That was like a gift for you. Thank you, broski. I appreciate it. App image don't always work. What? I never had this issue. Really, Synth of Vice? On paper, everything should be there. But when you mention glibc, it kind of like tilts. So glibc, grub, were the only like 2 or 3 issue. I had another one, but I kept it for the video. I'm gonna make about that. glibc is one of the main hurdles on Linux. Thank you for supporting this channel, guys. I appreciate it. So let's go back to this. So here, normally when you install on CachyOS, you just type paru and the name in terminal, or you use a freaking like GUI app packages manager, and you type Helium in it, and then it's gonna pop up. So how did it do, chat?
A lot better in recent years for that. And let's see. I mean, they have a lot of popular.
Okay, here we
packages
go.
Right here.
So it's there.
You can just install. I made a list of like.
So what is it gonna do? So Discord is gonna work, Steam is gonna work, Sublime Text I think is gonna work, Moonlight Sunshine is gonna work. This is the paid app, I think. DaVinci Resolve is gonna work. OBS is gonna work. Termius, what is this? Maybe it's some type of terminal emulator. Should work. Helium. It should work. Cursor, I don't know about Cursor, chat. And LM Studio. Chat, do you know about Cursor? So here, if you need to install that, what you do, I'm going to show it live. You launch your terminal here, and you do paru cursor. And you should have somewhere cursor. So obviously, like here, it doesn't work, because it's going to grab everything related to cursor. I don't know what it is, chat. So let me learn about this. What is it? Cursor app. What is it, dude? ChatGPT coding. Okay, so you do have that. Cursor code. Allez hop. Voilà, Cursor Agent CLI, it's here. AI powered assistant. Cursor app image. Cursor AI code editor. Voilà, you have it, dude. So this is how you do, chat. Okay? Termius, allez, try Termius. What is Termius? I don't know. Termius. Voila, desktop SSH client, it's up to date. So obviously you still need to look at the code, but it's here. Right? And it's installed. You just press the button, it's gonna download it, and next time you upgrade, and if it requires an upgrade, it's gonna be upgraded. This is the magic of Linux, right? And you do the same for all of them.
Programs that I use every day, and I really need to see that all of them, or at least most of them, are supported. I think I'm liking this Plasma desktop environment. It's nice and snappy. This will start the program. If you don't trust it, click cancel. Continue. Hey, well that was easy. Torrent client, that's important.
But the thing is, like, you see, his approach is kind of wrong in a way that you don't need to download this way on Linux. Because then, if you want to upgrade, you need to go back to the website and upgrade it. So some of those apps, you can upgrade them within, but it's not the way it's supposed to be done. The way it's supposed to be done, it will be kind of like your phone, right? You search in the store, and this is how you search in the store. So it will be Helium, and then bam, CachyOS, Helium browser, bin. So bin, which means like it's already delivered, it's executable, and bam, it's working, chat. Simple as that. So all of the application you mentioned, they should work. And if you follow what I just showed, it should take like maximum for an experienced user, like 2 to 5 minutes to install. I'm not even kidding, dude. Obviously your speed and your computer speed, but like this is a 2-minute execution there. If you are running on 100 kilobytes, yeah, it's gonna be a little bit more because you have to download everything, but that's all.
I'll install Handbrake, sure, why not? LibreOffice, that's a good one to have. It's like an open source version of Microsoft's Office suite, but I mostly use Google Docs and like Google Sheets and stuff, so I probably don't need that. OBS, VLC is a great one.
So here, you see, it didn't see my video too, because this OBS version is the one which does not include the browser. So he might be in a position where he feels himself limited because he doesn't have the right packages. And this, there is really nothing we can do. Like, he's gonna have to learn, right? He's gonna have to learn. The nice way or the hard way.
Playing. Ooh, it's cooking. Wow, that installed so fast.
Okay, so now you realize how fast it goes,
APT
right?
on Ubuntu or Debian, and it's like just takes its sweet time, but that was pretty quick. Is this just gonna work right off the bat? Let's try it. We do screen capture, Pipewire. I don't know what that is, but sure. Hey, look at that.
Yeah, so you see, he said Pipewire. I don't know what that is. So now you need to learn about this, right? So just a little reminder, Pipewire is what manage everything like media related on your PC. So sound, image, capture, like everything which is like content creator type of stuff. Or just image and sound. Video and sound, to be super clear. So yes, this platform to me is just amazing. And this is what in my opinion is gonna destroy Windows, because it does not exist on Windows. Everything goes through this software on Linux, and it makes everything a little bit daunting at the beginning, but when you understand how it works, it's just 1,000 times better than Windows.
Okay, I don't have audio. How do I get video acceleration in OBS? Can I just go to the AMD website?
So what does he want?
That's how that works. It was there the whole time. I just
Yeah.
didn't look at the right thing.
Okay.
Oh, I can look up repositories?
Yes.
Cooking on this Linux. All right, you're here, boys.
He discovered it, dude. Finally, he got it. So I think here it's a good feedback for the kernel, like the package manager and installer. It should be easier. Like, it should be kind of like unified. So maybe some things that we can learn out of this for the Kashi team is that we shouldn't have like multiple like package installer, package manager. It should be only one. And they go on one and they just use this one. Because the one he's using right now is not the one he was using before. And the one I believe he was using before doesn't reach the AUR. I believe.
Definitely a lot of packages in here. Wow. Let me try like some other stuff from my list.
So now he's lost, dude. Like he's just falling into it. He's gone. We lost him, chat. I can tell. At this moment, when you realize that you can go that deep, you are gone. Look at his face. He knows it, dude. It's game over, chat.
What about a 10 gig dongle?
Oh, listen, he's gonna plug it and he's gonna be like, what? It's working out of the box? Look at this, I'm sure. No driver, nothing. Listen.
Dude, it's working. 10 gigabit. Okay. One of the cool things with Linux is
Aha!
that a ton of the drivers for so many different devices
Yes!
are baked into the Linux kernel.
Yes! So this, chat, is where you win. So obviously, it has its drawback, because if it's not in the kernel, well, it's gonna be tough for you. But we are at a point where everything works. So think about it. Yeri-san, what's up, my man? It's time to get the shovel and that mining lamp and start heading down the rabbit hole. Yes. So listen, this is a big value added that nobody want to talk about. Because we always focus on the NVIDIA driver, but like everything else, like I would say not everything, but like most of the things are just plug and play. This will be the definition of plug and play on Windows. You like, beep, it works. Yes.
A lot of things, you don't even need to go in and install drivers. They're just there. I mean, Windows has a ton by default, but Windows doesn't have one for this 10 gig dongle by default.
Exactly. Hey, what's up, SpeedLab? How are you doing?
This is going honestly pretty well so far.
Aha!
I've got a web browser installed.
Yeah.
I'm going to have Steam installed in a second here. Not that I ever game on my laptop, but I sure as shit want to try. Hey, there we go. Steam's working. Sick. I don't actually play a ton of different games, but there is still problems with anti-cheat in games not supporting
Fair.
Linux properly. If I recall correctly, Faceit for Counter-Strike, their anti-cheat doesn't support Linux, but scrolling through my Steam library, it seems like most of the games are in here. I don't see any that are like super obvious jumping out at me as not allowed.
So the thing is, like, they will be playable, but you're gonna get kicked by the anti-cheat. So this is where it is a little bit like I wouldn't say it's a misinformation, right? Because on paper you can run it. The game is gonna run. It's just the server are gonna kick you. Right? So Steam in this list doesn't show the game which are not run, like which are not compatible with anti-cheat. They just show all the games that run. After, whether they are compatible with anti-cheat, it's another story. So I think here he got lost in the sauce a little bit.
Baldur's Gate is in here. Arc Raiders, they'll all install. Here is maybe a deal breaker thing for me. I gotta
Why?
be able to video edit on the go. That's why I picked a higher spec laptop.
So honestly, on the NVIDIA Tech, I'm NVIDIA free now. RX 9070 XT arrived. Congratulations, Yeri-san. Enjoy, dude. Also, speaking of driver, you need the GPU-specific packages, but maybe those are auto-detected lately. Yes, Saint of Vice. With CachyOS, you have nothing to do. Everything works out of the box. Someone should suggest him to use ProtonDB and Proton Plus. Yes. There is a lot of suggestions there that need to be made. For example, here, when he said I install Steam, did he install the Meta Gaming packages? Did he install the Meta Application Gaming packages, which include all the nice stuff like MongoDB, Heroic, Fogus, etc. And also like the Proton SLR version, CachyOS SLR, which is also like pretty good. There is so many things you can add, right, to the way you do things. But again, like, go watch my video if you want to know exactly how to do things in general. I don't think I need to repeat everything on each React video, right? I'm just thinking about the high level stuff. I'm fully enjoying it. I bumped my GFX settings the game. I play to max and double my FPS most of the game. Nice. Congrats, dude. Enjoy, papa. Udasnik, how are you doing? You are going to be my podcast today while I'm writing scientific work about Wayland versus X11 from a cybersecurity perspective. Nice.
Top, and I normally use DaVinci Resolve. It's really awesome editing suite. We love that stuff. Oh, cool. Wow, they have like
wait.
awesome editing suite.
Yeah, I love it. And you are using Premiere Pro. What happened there?
We love that stuff. Oh, cool. Wow, they have like all the driver information.
So here he made the same mistake again, chat. You see? He made exactly the same mistake. He went on the website and downloaded how to install it on Linux. So for your information, you can do it like that too. If you really want to do it, you can do it. But it's not the way, because here you're gonna have to fight with installation rather than just using a script that does that under the hood, and which also help you in terms of like auto update. So again, you don't need to download things when installing application on Linux. You just go through the terminal and you do it. So I'm gonna do it here again because I think like people got lost in the sauce. You do PAU DaVinci Resolve. And here you have the free version you can download and install instant. Like it's just one click. And then you have the studio version here will come from the AUR. And the AUR, what it does, it creates a script that builds the installation file and then you install it. And that's all. And it works. So I'm guessing he had some issue here because this, for a beginner, is not easy. Even me right now, if you tell me, let's do it now, by hand, I will be able to do it, but it will take me at least like a solid 30 minutes. Because there is issue related to the dependency. DaVinci Resolve use ready hold dependency because it's targeting a distribution called Rocky Linux, which is equivalent of like Red Hat for free, like like more an enterprise type of distro, and it's pretty old. So on Rocky Linux, you just download it and it will work out of the box. But if you do it on something more recent, like Arch, well, you're gonna have to rework the dependency madness. And this is not easy. So sometimes that does not work with the AUR. Yeah, we had an issue with the AUR because the script sometimes doesn't work. But on the last 4 years and a half, I think it didn't work for maybe 3 weeks. And if it doesn't work with the actual script, because what happened is DaVinci Resolve upgrade, right? And so the install script need to be upgraded. This is what happened. So what you could do, you could download the previous version and use the old script and it's going to work, right? So I know it's not really user-friendly, but it works. So obviously on Windows, you don't have to do that. But on Windows, you have Copilot. Know what I mean? You can't win and lose everywhere, right? You have to do some concession sometime, huh?
And whatnot. I'm noticing a distinct lack of
So this is a common mistake. We all did it when switching. But when you understand it, listen to me, you're going to win so much time. Especially with the distro with CachéOS. You see, if you take a mother distro, let's say like Debian, well, this is another story because they don't have a huge community repository like AUR, which means that you are on your own most of the time. Yes.
Resolve launching. We might need to do the terminal install. DaVinci
Yeah,
Resolve
so here,
run
man, how is he gonna do? Oh
App
my
images
gosh.
require Fuse to run. Let's try to get Fuse.
Yes.
Hey! I don't know why there was no prompt to say that it needed Fuse to work.
But he
We
will
got
have the
DaVinci,
install,
baby.
but he won't
There's
launch.
so much Linuxing happening. Okay, Resolve is not.
He won't launch.
I feel like I'm missing dependencies.
Yes.
Yeah, we're missing libpango on the Arch.
So here there is an easy thing. What you do a symlink from where is looking the dependency to your actual dependency, and it should work. But this is hard for someone who doesn't know, right?
Wiki, there's a whole thing on how to fix this specific error.
Oh yeah, or you preload them like that. So, but I'm not sure it's gonna work. I think it's gonna be tough for him.
We have. Okay, cool. Now will it start? Yes! Success! You know what? I don't actually know how to install a package on Arch. How to install package from AUR. Arch. Uppercase S to do it. Oh, it's building it from source. That's so cool. DaVinci.
So here, wait. So here he's not telling you what he's doing.
Oh, it's
So here he's
building it
installing
from
the DaVinci FFmpeg encoder plugin. So on AMD, if you want to extract into a certain codec, you need to install this plugin because out of the box, you don't have it. And this has been made by a community member. I remember the time Glorious Egro shared it with me. I think it was almost a year ago. And so it just gives you access to that. Right? This is the idea. Like that, you know. Okay.
source. That's so cool. DaVinci has still not started. I'm having a great time right now. It's been 30 minutes of trying to install one program. Holy shit.
And it doesn't start, right?
God.
That's what I
What is it
said.
doing? It just says checking licenses.
Ah, okay. So the license, it's nothing, dude. So the license issue is that when you... So I know I'm gonna sound like... When you install DaVinci Resolve manually, for the license to be saved, it need to be saved in a folder within the folder of DaVinci Resolve. But the problem is that there is not the right permission on the folder when you do it. So you need the script from the AUR to fix this little bug. And I'm pretty sure that it's just launching it, it looks for the license, and there is no license. in the little, like it doesn't have the reading permission there, and what happened is like it just can't launch because it doesn't verify the license.
Use license key. Oh my god, it's working! It seems like if I launch it not from the terminal, it doesn't work. But if I launch it from the terminal, it's fine. This is miserable so far. Boy, I feel like...
Okay, so this is another issue. I'm guessing like from the terminal you use the preload environment, but from the non-terminal when you use a shortcut, maybe it didn't hit the shortcut. It did the shortcut with the environment, and that could be another reason why it doesn't work. Have you tried reaching out to him? He might be down to get some advice. The issue with that is like, he knows someone like Wendell. So, you know, if you see someone like me telling him like, hey, I can help, they'll be like, hey, who is this guy? I know Wendell anyways. Like, I don't need this guy. Right? The other thing is like, when I do that, from a perspective which is really established, like content creator, most of those gentlemen, they believe like I'm a cloud chaser. So I will be going there to have like some visibility on this channel. Kind of like what happened with J2Cent. When I proposed my help, and what I got was like, hey, you're not here to do your promotion of your channel. I'm like, yeah, sure, bro. So I kind of give up on that. I want to be honest with you, chat. Like, I'm like, you know, maybe one day I'm going to meet him in real life. I'm going to talk to him. And his perception of me will be different, maybe. But until then,
I have lived 100 years in the last 4 hours. It's been most of the software items in my list just downloaded and worked. I've got my text editor. I've got a web
got
browser,
all of it. I told you.
my SSH client. I got my coding stuff. Discord, Steam. Hell, even right now, I installed CachyOS on my desktop. I'll have links
good job.
to a spec out of my workstation.
Oh, dude, look at what he did. Full water blocked, 5090, 9800 X3D, and 96 gigabyte of RAM. Oh my goodness.
In the description, as well as a link for the Framework laptop and
Wow. Solid
oh,
chat.
MacBook, I guess, if you want one of those after watching this video. As for DaVinci Resolve, it loads. I was able to get a new project created and imported footage into it just fine and did some cutting around, and it
So it
seemed
worked.
to be working. However, anytime I tried to load an existing project that, you know, like a finished video, it just crashes. There is a ton of different information on the Arch Wiki on how to like optimize DaVinci, but for now, you're just gonna have to stay tuned for the update video and see if I was even able to get it to work. So get subscribed so you don't miss that. I did have one other major issue.
So you know what I think it is? I don't know what... So it could be related to the format you use in the video, dude. So there is two things there. First, there is the way it edits things, depending on the path, because the path on Windows are totally different from Linux. When you load a save of a project, sometimes you go for the path and it just breaks. So that's a problem, right? The second problem will be related to certain codecs. I'm thinking about ProRes. ProRes doesn't work well on Linux, chat. For whatever reason, it just doesn't work well. So this could be an issue, dude. That's what I'm thinking out of the box right now. Like if I had to debug this, I would be thinking about that. Wait, what? What the promotion comment made by Jay or his community? No, it was me. So he made a comment. I don't want to do drama or stuff, but I got timed out on the Discord of Jay when I was trying to help him regarding the video he made. The guy was like, you know, you're not here to promote your stuff. I'm like, okay. That's all. So then I stopped talking. I explained him what I had to say, but he kind of like silenced me, so I couldn't even write a sentence on Discord without being timed for like 20 minutes. So then I give up. I'm like, yeah, say whatever you want. Because then when I answered, he just erased my comment again, and he added another like aggressive comment. So I'm like, no, I'm not talking anymore. So yeah, I'm done with this. I'm a pretty cutthroat person when it comes to like social relation. Like I will try to do my best, right? But if I do 2 or 3 tentatives and I see like it's pretty negative on the other side or it doesn't go as I want, I just cut. So that's what I did. That's why I don't want to talk about it even now, because I'm like, there is no point. It's just a reference to why I behave like that and not behave the other way, kind of. For you to understand, right? Is that a shitty way to treat people? Yeah, well, it is what it is. Like this guy, like how many million subscribers he has? Like, he's like 2 million, 3 million. Like he's another like stratospheric approach, right? Someone says something to him, he's like, man, I don't care. He could put a video on him in the toilet and talk and still get like, I don't know, 500,000 views, like from his perspective. I'm exaggerating, but I'm like, he doesn't need help or comment or anything from anyone. That's the way I felt, at least regarding my interaction with the community manager. I felt like, meh. I felt like we don't need you anyways, right? So I prefer to learn about feature from URMax because it was clear, you knew what we were talking about, while that guy just does PR for Linux without knowing what he's doing. Yeah, it's cool. No, I think it's cool to get feedback, right? I think it's pretty nice, and he has way more visibility than I do. So whatever message is pushing there is going to be pushed more than my message. And because he talk about Linux, I still think it's a bit benefit for everyone. I think the other YouTubers don't necessarily want the help because their goal isn't getting it to work as much as showing their process. So problems are as good as solution. Yes. I agree with that too. It's fair. Like the more problems they have, the more source of content is gonna be. But then it becomes, do you really want it to work or do you don't want it to work, right? From my perspective, that's the first point. And second point is like, is it a legitimate need or want to do it or not, right? Or is it more like a stunt? Linux start to generate view, right? So you see some users, they will jump into the Linux bandwagon because they are legitimately tired of Windows and they want it to work. And some users, some content creator or YouTuber, they will jump on the bandwagon because it's a way for them to, bump up their stat. Right? Resolve is a mess at the moment for newbies. You find good help on that, the install issue, but when you are new, you can take a wrong turn and get lost. Yes. Like, some things that I would have loved them to do is like have to distribute a Flatpak version of DaVinci Resolve. This would have solved like so many issues, dude. Yes, Saf. With, whatever were his intention, I took my decision, right? We are in a free world. I try to do things. It doesn't work. Maybe, one day we're going to talk together, or you're going to change in mind or whatever. But I didn't feel like the need to pursue. And from my learning is like, each time I do this type of things, I get the door slam on my face. So I'm like, I don't want to do it again. Right? I'm a human. If I put my hand on the fire 5 times, 6th time I'm gonna be like, maybe it's not a right idea, right? Now, you know what I mean? So this is the way I feel about this whole story. That's why it's so good about this channel. The SSD are real, the system you show are the one you use, the game to produce, and overuse VM and wipe there after the capture. Yeah. So this is also one other stuff, yeah. Second thing that amazed me is that two guys who worked for Linux so many years with various hardware and did all sorts of things. Yeah, you know about Linux as much as child knows about driving a car. Yeah, I don't get this comment, Patrick. I would give Gamer Nexus a thumbs up to try to do Linux Ben machine. Just hope they keep at it. Yeah, same. Same. The community is a big part of the Linux experience. If you don't use it outside to help you, you miss out on that aspect. Yes, I agree with that. I think my issue when I touch base with those guys related to the legitimacy of what we do here. I think a lot of like content creators, they will just look at the side of this channel, and maybe over like criteria like I don't grasp. They could be like, oh yeah, but I don't understand the word he say because of his accent, or the video production is not great, or whatever. Like I don't know what type of criteria they have, but they could be like, hey, this is not worth my time. End of story, right? When they look at this channel size, when I look at what they do or whatever, like it could be also like a legitimate turn off for them to do collab or whatever. It's something maybe I need to work on. It's being legitimate. So I think the work is here, but the branding might not be there, right? We are not yet the reference when you come to Linux gaming, even if we are working really hard to become this reference, right? So it's good. Today I push my first like upstream kernel patch. There is a high chance it's going to go through. So not only we are testing the distro, not only we are giving feedback to the maintainer, which includes those feedback in the distro, not only we are informating like everybody about this, we are also benchmarking like hardware. We are doing review hardware. Now we are also contributing to the main project on Linux, which is the Linux kernel. At a certain point, we're gonna get this legitimacy, right? Someone's gonna be, hey, you know what? Maybe you should talk with Ermac. So yeah, Wendell is huge, of course. Like we are not pretending to be that big. But be like, hey, for gaming, maybe we should touch base with Ermac sometime. You know? I don't know. Maybe it's gonna happen. Maybe it's gonna never happen. We don't know, chat. But at a certain point, the work is gonna pay off. That's what I believe. But right now, it's not legitimate, I think, enough. It's fine. We'll survive. Right? We'll survive, chat. Let's go.
Fusion 360, the CAD program I like to use when I'm designing 3D models and whatnot, it doesn't support Linux. There is supposedly a way to run it with an app called Bottles. It allows running.
Yeah, so this is rough, dude. So when you run Bottle, you run like your application within a VM. I'm not a fan of that. It works, but I'm not a fan of that. With the machine he built, it should be fine, but still. Like if you need your GPU and you have to push it into a VM, for example, that become complicated. Or you need to buy maybe a second 5090, right?
Windows apps in Linux, but I tried that for a good hour, messing about with the various different configurations in it, and I wasn't able to get it working consistently. I gotta figure that out.
So he used Bottles too. So yeah, it adds a lot, chat. Like you can see. Like,
I could just play video games for the next month. I'm running a game.
You can play video games for the next month, man. I wish we could do that, huh, here, chat? Salut, Lorx. For all the people that connect, Jack to Linux should watch this last test video. he talked about his experience and let's say like what he did the hard way and owned his own channel success. Meant Linus. Oh yeah, why he said like Jake, right? Jake and Linus. Yeah, I've seen this video. It was a video about I quit, right, Konstantin? There is an install script for Fusion, but I got stuck on the login part. It's still not quite there. Yeah, makes sense. Bottle kind of sucks. Focus Launcher is a way better. It depends for what, dude. Like, I don't like bottles, but I had to run StreamerBot on my streaming PC, and the only app which were able to run, I mentioned it earlier in the stream, but I'm going to repeat it again, which able to run it was bottles. None of the other was able to do it. So there is some case scenario where bottles shine, but I would say yes, I would avoid it like a lot for gaming. That's for sure.
Game right now, Borderlands 4, from the output of my desktop upstairs using a GLI Net KVM. And not only am I running Borderlands 4, well, I'm not gonna say well because it's Borderlands 4 and it just doesn't run well, even on a 5090, but it's running and not crashing. But I'm also running Sunshine, a game streaming server.
So I guess he said he installed it on his main PC. So he's pushing from his main PC to his laptop via Sunshine and Moonlight.
And its companion
yeah.
client, Moonlight, on the Framework Laptop 13 here. So my desktop upstairs is now running Linux. It's streaming a game to the laptop that's running Linux. Oh my god, compiling shaders. I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting the software side of things to be the easy part and the games to be the nightmare, but all of the games I've tried, Overwatch 2, Arc Raiders,
it's the opposite,
Helldivers, Borderlands 4, they all just...
Yeah.
What is happening? Is that artifacting or is that just anti-aliasing? Yeah, I don't... But is that just the game running like crap? I don't know. It might still be dumpster trash. I'm not entirely sure. Borderlands is an important one because I'm doing a Borderlands playthrough with the wife, and if I couldn't play it for a month, I might get murdered. So, holy shit. When I'm playing Overwatch on Windows in the same settings, I get like 400 to 500 FPS. In Linux, 500 FPS!
Yay! Woohoo! We have been seeing that too, huh, chat? So in case scenario where you really have to push FPS on the CPU, when you are CPU limited, Linux will always win, chat. That's simple as that. Overwatch is pretty CPU limited, especially in 1440p.
Like 400 to 500 FPS is the same performance I get in Windows. This might even be better. I'm not gonna go like crazy in depth on...
And he's streaming it, dude. He's streaming it.
Like exact performance testing in this video. Stay tuned for the 30-day update. I'll run a bunch of benchmarks in all the games I play in that video, and we'll get to see like really what it was like, and not only just the performance, but also like how stable.
Didn't we run CS2 at 600 FPS recently? Yes. Yeah, I maxed it out on my machine, but it doesn't have the same RAM, and I don't know how he tuned. Like, I'm pretty sure he knows how to tune his CPU, but maybe, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he's doing, dude.
It was and how reliable this whole setup was, but
it should be easy to run at 600. Yeah.
Genuinely, will Battlefield even run? No! Damn it! Am I allowed to run a Windows VM on this planet with the automatons? 150 FPS.
Yeah, Battlefield. Battlefield is dying anyways. Like nobody is gonna nobody can see the opposite, chat.
And not only am I getting that FPS in the game, but I'm also game streaming at 100 megabit to the laptop
That's pretty
and
neat, chat.
recording locally on that machine also with the GPUs. I mean, the 5090 is no joke, but like, I was expecting it to be a lot worse. Maybe this isn't going to be that bad.
This
Maybe
looked
it's gonna
pretty
be
good to me,
okay.
chat.
Maybe using Linux is not going to be the worst thing that's ever happened to me in my entire life. Never mind, this is horrible. I'm getting my shit rocked.
What?
It's all Linux's fault.
Oh,
Holy
yeah.
shit, there's so many. Ow! Thanks for watching. If you like this video, you hit the
Okay, guys, so you can go and like the video. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. And yeah, that's pretty good. I'm looking forward to the second version of this video to see where it lands. Yeah, I'm confident it's gonna stay on it. I'm confident it's gonna stay on it. I can tell like he's pretty tech savvy, and the little roadblock he encountered is gonna be able to pass them through. Because if he did that in like 4 hours or 6 hours of work, which I don't believe, like I'm curious to see how long he really takes him, how long it really took him to get there. But I have high trust, like he's able to learn and adapt. That will be my take on this. Have you heard about those failure of AMD 9800X 3D processor? People are wondering why AMD remained silent on the matter while the user Nginx are posting daily about failing processor. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I think it's related to overclocking and what people do with their hardware. There is an issue related to how manufacturers push their overclocking on motherboards in general. But I legitimately believe that there is a lot of users who just push like overclocking setting in their the same motherboard and let do everything automatically, which is not what you want to do anyways. With a 9800X 3D or any type of CPU, to be fair. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Guys, this is the end for today. I have a hard break at in 5 minutes. So we're gonna end the stream. It's a little bit abrupt. We have like 3 videos to continue to watch together. So maybe we're gonna watch them next Wednesday. Because I'm late on that too. I'm late on everything, dude. But like I can't be contributing to the kernel. And you know, do all the stuff. But anyways, we'll do that on Wednesday. I think on Friday we're gonna try GeForce Now. I had some idea. Okay. But the good news, chat, is that I repeat, we are set up for the streaming PC and will be rock solid on Friday in 4K 60 with everything like top notch for you guys. And this is awesome. Guys, thank you very much for all the love. Thank you for all the gifted membership at the beginning of the stream. Thank you for the Prime member on Twitch, dude. If you have a Prime member now, it's now or never, or you're gonna have to wait until Friday to see the newest animation I pushed. Guys, I am out. If you want to support the channel, you have Patreon, YouTube membership, direct PayPal donation. I need to go. Sorry about that. Guys, have a good rest of your day and see you on the next one. As always, bisous. Take care, guys. Yeah.